EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today we're located in La Quinta, California, getting set to take on this very challenging course. It's the stadium course at PGA West, designed by none other than the man behind TPC Sawgrass, Pete Dye. Diabolical, Frank. How would you describe the layout of the golf course?
I think diabolical is the first thing that would come to mind. This is how Pete Dye got his reputation, by building these type of golf courses. Matter of fact, in 1987, the players voted. They didn't want to keep coming back here. They thought it was too tough. But it has been used as a tour qualifying site. So if you think it's too tough for the regular pro, you imagine trying to qualify for your PGA Tour card and playing this is a tough test.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side. And that's a little over-ambitious.
He'll need to be strong with this. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops thinking they need to make a three here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Locked in on the read and the speed. +1 in the early going. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
All the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right. This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, we've seen guys like Phil Mickelson hit it off the cart path. How tough is this shot?
Well, for a high-level professional, actually, it just looks harder than what it is. They'd rather here than the rough any day.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. 2 over for the day. Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. Green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. Mini roller coaster.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Well, here we are at the first par 5 of the day. The fifth, 535 yards. Frank, break it down.
It's called double trouble. Reason why, there's the lake on the tee shot on the left side, and then he's reversed it up there on the second shot. He's put the lake on the right. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air. That easy.
Good start to the hole, Frank.
Yeah, nice drive there. Swinging well, too. This will certainly set up this hole.
Second from an excellent lie. We're also seeing more long putters in the game.
Yeah, there's a choice. If you don't feel comfortable with a normal grip and you've got a few nerve issues, then you can, well, use a longer version, jam it in your chest, have a different fulcrum point.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3-6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side...
Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side, too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to 2.
So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop, this now the third shot. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
So, 2 over par for the round. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. Just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf.
In the water. Too bad. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Frank, just been a really sloppy hole to this point.
Whew, just a barrage of mistakes, really, and, well, the best he can do, really, with a good one is to get away with a bogey, and that's what he's got to think of.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 6th hole seems to have rattled him. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. It has it, and now at 2 over par. Finishing out the front 9 with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Third shot, looking for a good one. And he's made it onto the green now. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. That's a par. Stays at +2. Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back 9 and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards, and you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that you'll scratch your head.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Early part of this second 9 and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11 at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. You can hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You're going to find that this hole will play very long. second shot.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is, when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longer second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Still playing even for the day after the par. Tricky par 3 here, the 13th, 214 yards. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out there on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan.
Good-looking shot right here. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good score going, now at 2 under par. Par 4 15th measuring in at 468 yards. Now the approach here at 15. Down, little Sheba. Down! That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now the second shot to the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, we talk so often about striking the golf ball. This player is a superior ball striker, but there's another element involved, isn't there?
It's called distance control. It's not the number on the bottom of the club you're hitting. It's knowing how far it goes, to avoid mistakes just like that.
How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. This one just requires a little bit of focus. In for par. Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Don't leave it short. Wow. For par. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Well, here we are at 18. It's par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's 3 groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, That's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Well, that about wraps it up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Really enjoyed it, Frank.